Let's bring in the professor.
Yes, the professor is back. I would put no B+. There's no way. That is the lowest grade I've given this year. Well, gentlemen, Bears clinch. They've reclaimed the North. Let's see how the grades reflect this.
Exciting.
Right?
This is my first grades.
Yes. Offense. We had to start offense out with an A. The two glaring issues that I had with offense was third down. They were 2 of 11 on third down and penalties. Outside of that, I couldn't find another reason to lower that grade, and that's a credit to them. Way to finish the doggone game.
It was weird because, someone could easily go, they had 0 points at halftime.
I was just about to, I'm not derailing this episode, but I was just about to say, are you crazy?
But I had the same thing going through Caleb's film. Caleb had a great first half. There weren't really any glaring errors.
They just didn't have the
ball. They never had the ball, yeah.
You can't score if you don't. Now,
but they didn't convert.
Right, they still got to finish.
Yeah, they didn't convert.
But, they had a good drive down the field, and then they ran a weird play, and the ball went shooting over Monungai's head. That's not, so that's bad, but it's, yeah.
This is also, I think, without the fifth quarter, these grades change. The fifth quarter, I think, really pushed them over, to get 250 pass yards, rushing yards. They were going to have that. They were going to have that anyway. But definitely the pass yards and in the red zone and all that good stuff. So, kudos to them.
I mean, when I was doing the not as good CARM grades, I'm thinking about what grade am I giving the quarterback? A minus, A, and it's like, well, it's not really like an. If you look at the totality of it, it's not really an A performance as far as he's concerned, but it's got to be an A. So I went with an A, but don't worry, I got an A. Brags, A.
It's fun.
So it's in. So okay, all right, just because the standard's the standard now. The standard is the standard.
But you throw that pass in that moment, the standard slightly gets,
Oh, you skew your standard. Woo, okay.
I mean, I think
all right. I'm glad
it might be a skewed standard, but you come through and like that, it's hard to even go to minus on the A thing.
Well, okay. So here's the thing: you can do that, but if let's say if I'm your coach and we go in and we go to our meetings, this is outside of what everybody else is thinking. If I were to curve that grade, I would not be a very good coach. So when you come in and I say, hey, listen, what you did, I'm going to talk about what you did in the fourth quarter, that throw, you were clutch, in these moments. But let's talk about the whole issue right here. Let's talk about what you did right, what you did wrong, and what your grades came out to. And so with that being said, defensive grades, I gave defense a B+. Mainly because the Packers rushed for 192 yards. And the Bears were bad on third down. All right, the Packers were 50% on third down to 6 and 12. Not to mention also there were penalties. So with that being said, I thought they were good against the pass, which was 192 yards. Fourth down, they were good, 1 for 3. They had 2 sacks, 1 takeaway, and the most glaring part of what this defense did, which was absolutely amazing, and this is what championship defenses are made of. The Packers were 0-5 in the red zone.
So how sustainable do you think that is, the red zone part? It was not even red zone. It was they were inside the 10.
There's moments in games where you learn about what you're capable of. And when a team gets to the red zone, when offenses get in the red zone, the percent of them scoring, it raises up. And especially the marker where the offense was. So when you deny offense 5 times, you're playing at a level defensively where you'll go into every game and say, this team won't score. This team can't score. It's the same thing that goes with being a good run defense. When you have 8 in the box and you say they cannot run on us, you become a team that consistently you're fighting for every one of those yards. You're fighting for every blade of grass on the ground. So you become those teams that consistently keep offenses under 100 yards. But it starts with a mentality. It has to be an extreme mentality that you have to have defensively to find success.
Look, I think it's a fair grade because the red zone stuff was awesome.
Yes.
And you came up clutch. At the same time, The Packers didn't punt,
But
which means you didn't get off the field on third down enough. So I think it's a completely fair game. And also, Malik Willis' passer rating was like 142 or something like that.
yeah,
He made himself some money. It's the
But you got the takeaway.
definitely did.
Then you got the turnover on downs,
Made
which
the
in my
plays when you
opinion
needed
is a
to.
It's a
takeaway.
takeaway.
And then the onside kick is a turnover, in my opinion, to them, even though it doesn't log on the script. But that's special teams.
That's that. Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up next.
last time the Bears won a game where the opponent didn't punt. Anybody want to guess on the year?
1942.
The last time the Bears
42 's
didn't
close.
punt, the
The
Cowboys.
the opponent didn't
Oh.
punt. Whoever they were playing
They
didn't
were
punt, and the
recording
Bears
football?
won.
Okay, I don't know that answer.
Yeah, it's no one. 1945, Pittsburgh Steelers, Wrigley Field, 28-7.
Because I know the Josh Mc.
Yeah.
I was there. It was
I know
awesome.
the Josh.
You and Johnny Lou Jack.
I know the Josh McCown game against the Cowboys. The night for Ditka, they didn't punt that night. I'll always remember that.
The Bears didn't punt.
The Bears didn't.
Right.
All right. Special teams.
Special teams. I gave special teams an A-. Cairo was 3 for 3. Torrey Taylor had a punt inside the 5. He had a shanked punt. We had a penalty to open the entire game that really pissed Braggs off, and he wouldn't let it go for a whole entire series. And,
Series, 3 quarters.
yeah. But the biggest play of the game really was that recovered onside kick. Without that, the Packers just run the clock out and it's over.
Yeah. I mean, the huge play there. And then when you went back and really watched those kicks that Cairo made, the shortest one he had, the ball literally he's aiming at the left upright, and it went all the way, barely made it through the right. The 43-yarder was clutch. The 51-yarder in the win was insanely clutch. And even, you got to make the extra point to go to overtime. And he drilled it right down the middle like it was nothing. So,
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's what Greg always says.
Yeah. You were loving him the week before.
It was a great apology from Braggs. I was very proud of him. What do you got for coaching, Lance?
Coaching gets an A, fellas. I think it was well-rounded. It wasn't without its blemishes, but what in the words of Briggs and Braggs, this coach can do no wrong.
Damn right. Damn right.
I love him so much.
There is no wrong. Snap it between Colt Kmet's legs over Kyle Monunga, 4th and 1. Nobody agreed. Don't care. You get an A.
care.
Don't care.
In Ben, we must trust.
We must.
We do.